It's been 24 years since the Mazda MX-5 Miata went on sale. That's longer than some people on our staff have been alive, and longer than some of you watching this video right now. It's a rather impressive feat that a vehicle once offered as a reliable alternative to the British roadsters of the time has pressed on so successfully. It makes you wonder, how? To answer, we'll look at this example, which Mazda's made near the end of the third generation's existence. It has something called the Club package, evident by the clover-like logos on its side. That means it has 17-inch wheels, some black exterior trimmings, including a little mustache, and different bumpers. We'll start the testing portion with the straight line stuff like we normally do, but considering this car's strengths, what it's made for, makes it seem kind of pointless, so I'll just tell you. You'll hit 60 in 6.1 seconds and the quarter mile in 14.7 seconds. It'll take you about 113 feet to stop from 60 miles an hour. Now let's go have some fun on the figure 8. So this Miata, because we have the 6-speed manual, the optional transmission, we also get some suspension upgrades in the name of Bilstein shocks, a limited slip differential, and a few other goodies. And they're definitely proven their worth. This is one of the most controllable, classical style sports cars you can get on the market. Every part of it just wants to help you go faster, just wants to make you have fun. You have to work it. You have to make the chassis do what you want to do, but the car gives you all the right tools to do that. Back off the throttle, the tail comes around, you'll get a little drift. If you're not careful with it though, you'll go into understeer. So it simultaneously urges you to be faster and become a better driver. It's so delightful though. There's a bit of body roll, there's a bit of pitch, but it communicates clearly when the car's reaching its limits. This thing just is so manageable, so communicative, just absolute gas. Driving this quickly is all about maintaining momentum, getting the right inputs in, and just enjoying the moment. I'm really impressed with this transmission. You don't even have to think about it when you shift. You just put it in the next gear. There's no extra movement needed, no extra muscle. It's very responsive, very easy to use, and that goes for the rest of the car. Little bit of understeer on turn-in, but it's really controllable. Mid-corner, you get these beautiful little drifts that you can maintain if you're confident enough with your throttle and quick enough on the steering. It's a beautiful thing. You get the Miata on an open road with the top down, and it's easy to see why it's still such a favorite amongst enthusiasts. There's a liveliness to the whole thing. It's the way the body moves, the way the engine sounds, the way the whole car feels. It feels alive, like it just wants you to have a good time. It's impossible not to smile while you're driving this car. It's apparent that one of the things that's made this car so consistently great is its simplicity. There's not much in the way of complexity here. I mean, it's very plug and play. The whole car is simple. The shifter's simple, the clutch is simple, the traction control is simple. There's no electronic intervention or tomfoolery just to make you go faster. It's the bare basics, the bare essentials of driving are here in the purest of forms. Now that's probably why this car has been so successful, is because it retains the original philosophy, even though the parts change, even though the car's slightly grown and gotten more powerful, just slightly, it retains the old philosophy. And that was to create a reliable British roadster. That's what this car still feels like. It has the joy of a classic sports car roadster, but with none of the big reliability concerns that you used to get. Crucial to that was the induction note when you get on the throttle. It sounds good. It sounds like an old carbureted sports car. And when you get into the power band, you get this wonderful intake honk that is just rewarding to get into. The shifter is very easy to control. The pedals are too. Doing a heel toe shift is not only easy, it's rewarding because it gives you that induction sound. I love it. And part of it is because this car isn't very fast. We only have 167 horsepower. You can flog this thing and not fear losing your license, but still have the same amount of fun that you might in a little bit more serious sports car. Now, people say, yeah, the Miata, but it's a girl's car. And I say, why do you care what other people think about you when you're driving a car? Why can't you just enjoy it for what it is and have fun with that? There is a certain clumsiness to it, though. It's not a precision handling machine. There's body roll, there's dive, there's pitch. But I'd argue that all those effects add to the enjoyment of driving the car. It's just so animated that it can't help but just induce joy in you. I mentioned the intimacy of the car, and a lot of that is with how small this car is. I mean, sure, this is bigger than a Lotus Elan, but it's smaller than most cars on the road, and that gives it a certain sense that you're driving a toy, you're having fun, you're just playing with it. It's not a car, it's something just to be enjoyed on the side, non-seriously. The world would be a better place if everybody drove one of these cars. It'd be a happier place. People talk about how if politicians went to space, the world would change. I think if we put politicians in a Miata, the world would change too. And I think that's a less expensive plan overall.
What's made the Miata such a favorite? That even though the car has changed, the philosophy behind it hasn't. Because of that, the MX-5 remains an utterly endearing car. It evokes emotion from its driver. Simply, it makes you happy. And that quality is the reason why the Miata is so successful, and why it's enjoyed by so many.
How simple is the Miata? Let's put the roof down. Release. Roof's down. The roof is down. That's how great. It's the fastest roof in the world. You just push and it disappears, and all of a sudden there's the beauty of the sky and all that above you.